I'm Christine. You found my YouTube channel, Christy Love. This is where I review fragrance. This is my hobby. It is my outlet. This is where I love to interact with you guys and learn about what you're wearing and just expand my knowledge. Like, there's honestly an endless supply of perfumes to talk about, and I am so here for that. So thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing. It really means the world to me. I'm not like a career YouTuber. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever, but I have a job, I have my own company, my own side life, but this is where I get to really relax, and having you here with me just really means a lot to me, so thank you. I post here twice a week. I think it's not too much, but not too little, just right for me. And I also post Scent of the Day videos to my TikTok and Instagram, so I will link those down below if you want to check those out. Today I'm talking about 4 perfumes I'm adding to my coveted permanent collection. This is not like permanent for the rest of my life, but there are a lot of perfumes that kind of come and go from my life as I'm testing them and reviewing them, and many times I sell them. But these are 4 that are sticking around, at least for the time being, that I'm really loving and I intend to keep purchasing if they should run out. So let's talk about those. I have talked about a couple of them already on other videos, but doesn't mean you've seen that video, so may as well talk about them as well. May as well, right? Like, there's no harm in talking about perfumes a couple of times if I'm really into them. So let's jump right in. I'm gonna start off with one I reviewed when it was just a little sample size in my collection, and I decided to buy a full-size bottle when I saw a good price on Mercari, and that's Ellis Brooklyn Bee. And this has top notes of rum and Divana, middle notes of honey, bran, and cinnamon, and base notes of vanilla, cacao, and sandalwood. And this is a very much honey scent. So it starts off on my skin with a very realistic honeycomb with this slight white floral underneath. So it's an elevated honey, if there is one. It's sweet, but it still has this freshness of like freshly pulled honey. But the dry down becomes really rich and heady. It's a dense, delicious, sticky sweet honey. Very, very sweet, but there isn't much else to it. So this means it's a very good layering scent, or when I want something that's not very complicated. This is awesome for going to bed in. It just really calms me down. And performance-wise, it's great. It lasts all day on my skin. It projects like crazy as well. So great performance. And also it's a magnetic cap, which we all love these, right? And the bottle is just, I think, so pretty. I mean, the orange color isn't my favorite, but I think the bottle just fits well in my collection and looks really pretty. So that is Ellis Brooklyn Bee. Next I have Michael Kors Mystique Shimmer. And I already had Twilight Shimmer in my collection and adored it. And I saw this on sale at TJ Maxx, so grabbed it up. And I'm actually collecting right now the other 2 in the Shimmer collection, and we'll do a full review of all 4 and compare and contrast them and everything. This is actually pretty similar to Twilight Shimmer, but let's talk about it. So the top notes are black pepper and bergamot, middle notes are saffron and floral notes, and the base notes are woody notes, amber, and musk. But this is actually not as scary as I thought it would be, because black pepper usually really pulls out on my skin. It's actually not that bad. So on first spray, I get this sultry, vanillic, ambery saffron. So there's a little bit of a beautiful spiciness, but it's really quite vanillic. It has kind of this smoky appeal, but it's really well balanced by the sweetness. Now in the dry down, it is this yummy, creamy, to me it's like a buttercream vanilla. It's very gourmand, and it has a slight smokiness that I adore. So usually smokiness is really strong and pulls out on my skin, but this is so well balanced. It has this very bit of lingering bitterness from the saffron, but it's so light. It just blends beautifully together. I think that's what I love about Twilight Shimmer too. Just the blend is just seamless. It's so beautiful. So this really is different from a lot of the woody vanillas out there, in that there isn't like a stark contrast between like the wood and the vanilla. There isn't anything fighting here with itself. It's just a fragrant, blushing blend. Now, performance-wise, it is excellent. It lasts, it projects, it's perfect for winter. Right now I'm finding it so cozy. It's warm, it's just absolutely addictive for me. It's just that right amount of like interesting spiciness, and it kind of has an oriental type appeal. Like for someone who doesn't really prefer intense oriental scents, this is like just the right blend for me. So yeah, that is beautiful, and I'm really excited to do a video like talking about the whole collection. That's gonna be a whole lot of fun. So that is Michael Kors Mystique Shimmer. Next I have Miss Dior's 2012 version. And I also have the 2017 and the 2021. And so now this is kind of like completing the Miss Dior journey for me. I don't really love Blooming Bouquet or Absolutely Blooming that much. They're just too much floral for me. So I think I'm pretty good from here. I've also smelled Cherie, and that was just too, as I recall, too like peppery and floral. It was just, it was way too much for me. I also did smell Le Parfum, and that was too oriental leaning for me. But in any case, we're talking about the 2012 version here, which you can tell just from the batch code you can tell, but also from how it's kind of a lighter juice than the 2017 looks. But this has top note of Italian mandarin, middle note of rose and Egyptian jasmine, and base notes of patchouli and musk. And this is not my favorite of the three. It's my least favorite of the three. It's still amazing, and I'm so excited to have it. So on my skin on first spray, it's this intense patchouli and florals. It has this orange kick, but it also has this kind of sparkling nature to it. It reminds me a bit of like a vintage perfume. It doesn't smell old-fashioned or heavy, but it has like that little sparkle that vintage perfumes seem to have. Slightly bitter, very clean, and not really sweet, but definitely high quality and elevated. And then in the dry down, it's honestly quite enchanting. It has a sophisticated blend of like patchouli, rose, musk, a little bit of a citrus kick in there. It definitely leans toward the perfumey side. Like it smells not like anything you can pick out. It's just so well blended. It kind of just smells like effervescent perfume-iness, if that makes any sense. But I actually really like it. Now I've heard people describe it as like, oh, this is like a young person scent. And maybe when it first came out it was, but this actually smells quite sophisticated to me. This is not something I'd wear necessarily as a signature scent daily, just because it's so perfumey, but I would definitely wear this for a special occasion or like a casual but special occasion. It has this really distinct, iconic vibe to it. Like just like the 2017 does too. It's just like, it's just so Dior. It just smells so Dior. I don't know how else to put it. If you've smelled them, you probably know what I'm talking about. It screams like debutante to me. I absolutely love it. It's definitely a special occasion scent. I would say the 2021 is the one that is the most daily wear friendly. It's just like really quite a bit sweeter than the other two. But I love all three, and they are all distinct and all have an absolute coveted place in my collection. In the deep dry down now, after like 6 hours, I noticed it does turn a little bit like soapy floral fresh on me, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's lovely and crowd pleasing and beautiful. Finally, I did just drop a flash review video of this, so I'll link that if you want to kind of dive into it more. But this is Daisy Love Skies by Marc Jacobs, which just came out in 2021. It's their newest flanker of the Daisy Love. And actually, there's a Skies version of all of the daisies. There's 3 different daisy types. But anyway, this has top notes of raspberry, salt, and cloudberry, middle notes of whipped cream, ambrette, and daisy, and base notes of moss, amber, and white woods. And this is very, very close to the original DNA. They all really carry the Daisy Love DNA very strongly through them. On first spray on my skin, it smells a lot like raspberries over the original Daisy Love DNA. So it's really fruity, it's playful, it's very whipped cream and decadent, youthful. It's not super elevated. It's not something I wear to like a special occasion. This is very daily wear kind of scent, but it has a little bit of zestiness to it. And then in the dry down, it turns more into like a blueberry on me, which of course is a more subtle dark berry. It doesn't carry a lot of zestiness to it, so that's why it kind of feels like blueberries and cream to me, with still, of course, that Daisy Love DNA still in there. So it's soft, and it's a little more subtle than say like Daisy Love Days, for example. It's a little more subtle, but it's beautiful. It reads as a little bit mellow. So performance-wise, it lasts most of the day on my skin and needs a little bit of respraying, but I have no problem with that. So I'm loving this one, and it's a great addition to my collection. So thanks so much for being here. Hope you had as much fun as I did. Let me know what's new to your collection, and I hope you have a very beautiful day.